Hello guys, welcome to Mercedes Benz King. Today we are at CES 2020 in Las Vegas, and this is the all-new Mercedes Vision AVTR. I will show you the complete exterior, interior, and we will also see it driving in the city center at the Strip of Las Vegas. So guys, as you can see, this is the Vision AVTR of Mercedes Benz. And the police is closing the road, as you can see, especially for the Mercedes Benz here in Vegas. So the whole concept behind the Vision AVTR is to merge the human with machine. So this car senses what you want when driving it. It can drive autonomously, but also manually, of course, because that is what we like. Here you can see a very wide front with horizontal lines and of course the Mercedes store in the center. These are very round shaped wheels. The wheels move separately, so you can actually move sideways like a crab. And you can also see how it moves on the video in Las Vegas. The interior is also very interesting with the capsule, a very luxurious feeling inside. They got rid of all the extensive information, and very iconic for the Vision AVTR are these aerodynamic flaps. They actually move and indicate that this car is alive, just like a human being. So this new futuristic car knows exactly what the customer wants. It knows what kind of information you want to see at the time. So if you would just raise your hand, it will project some display on your hand, and you can actually select it by making a fist. And from the inside you can see it looks like a cocoon. You're very well isolated, and the seating position is great. The best of luxury and technology combined. And Mercedes-Benz also aims at the CO2 emission-free vehicles. So this battery is completely recyclable, and that is the aim of Mercedes-Benz in 2039. So guys, as you can see, we are now sitting inside the interior in this simulation, and I will explain you the new technology and design of Mercedes-Benz. This is really for the future, like the MBUX. So first of all, you are sitting inside this capsule, and it is very standard, not too many details and information. But when you place your hand on the center, you are connected with the car, and it activates just like an AVTR, because this is the Vision AVTR. It actually moves the center, and it can read my heartbeat. So now the seat is also vibrating in the same tone as my heartbeat. Now the car is active. So in this way I'm connected to the vehicle. If you push it forward like this, the car will start driving, because it is an autonomous driving vehicle. And of course driving is really for the humankind, so you can still operate this vehicle manually. You can go faster when you push it forward, or reduce the speed if you push it backwards. You can go to the left to overtake a car, or to the right lane, pushing it to the right. This is really the machine-human merger, the MHM. So if you put your hand up like this, just rotate it, so you can see an icon that appears. You can choose between different universes. So let's pick this one. Here you can see we are going to the Lake Hiller. And in this way you can notice the environment, what is around you. The whole concept of the Vision AVTR is that you are connected with the environment. It shows things you would normally miss. Let's say you're driving in Paris and you miss, for example, the Eiffel Tower. It will show here on the display. And you are also connected to the weather conditions, the road conditions, with the smell, with the wind, and also the massage seats, of course, with the vibration just like your heart beat. Amazing design with the Mercedes logo. So you can select different places, and you guys from AVTR, you probably know what these worlds are. You can also select different animals.
Everything has merged and integrated with the interior. That means there really is this kind of like seamless transition, as you probably also heard in the other workshop, between exterior, interior, user experience, and then us as passengers sitting in here right now. It's also missing its pedals and its steering wheel. But in order to get our trip going, we have this other element here in the middle, this control unit. And you can already see it's moving up and down. Vertically, it's kind of like pulsating, it's breathing, and it's because it's in this kind of like waiting state. It knows that we're here and it's almost excited to get going. So in order to start, I just want you to take your right hand and then lay it on top of there. So you can really feel this kind of like vibration going throughout the interior. It's this kind of like pulse of energy. It will like detect your heartbeats, which you can now also haptically feel inside of the seat. And you can also feel this movement up and down inside of the central control. So this is this first kind of step of human-machine merge. This vehicle is actually an extension of you. So you're now one. And what it can thereby also do is extend your senses and show you things which maybe you normally would not be able to see with the human eye. But before we do that, let's look at this environment in front of us. So this is, if we would be standing with this car in the middle of a forest somewhere, it would maybe look a little like this. If we would have the car parked in Vegas, then we would see all the casinos and the strip around us. But now let's get going. What's interesting about this is that we can see quite far over the horizon. Now to start the drive, you can tilt the control forwards. Perfect. And now it all comes to life and the car starts driving. And it's actually driving autonomously. I mean, I can't show you all the functions right now in this seating book, but within our show car, you can actually use this element in order to drive the car. If you want to speed up, you tilt it forwards. If you want to slow down, you bring it backwards. But it's more about passive driving. The car can already drive itself. It just wants some kind of additional influence because maybe you have a personal taste and you don't want all the cars to exactly copy each other like robots. And like this, you can say, all right, I just want to move over to the left lane to go and overtake that guy, and move over to the right. Or maybe, as you've heard in the other workshops, what's unique about this vehicle is that both the front and the rear axes can both rotate in the same direction to move in a diagonal fashion. In order to do so, you can take the top of the control and you just rotate this to the left, and then it starts doing this kind of like diagonal movement so that it's almost like it's moving sideways. Those are the kind of things you would not even be able to do with a traditional kind of steering wheel. You can also see this augmentation here in the surroundings if we look at the dashboard again, because this car helps us to see different forces of nature. In this case, it's wind moving throughout the trees, and it just wants to make us aware of how much beauty is out there in nature, which we can see, but also many things which we can't see. Especially if we think about our collaboration with AVTR. The planets of Pandora is amazing, but at the end of the day, all this inspiration that we see in Pandora, all these beautiful places, are just inspired by things that we have here on Earth. Now if I go like this, I open the menu, and here I can see a next level of icons. Now with this, I can open different points of interest, again by closing and opening my hand, and then move over to the left, for instance, ever so slightly, and then close and open again. And now you can put your hands down, and here you've opened up one of these new points of interest, which is actually the Sangjay Mountains, which were a large inspiration for the floating mountains that were in the first Avatar movie. The real ones are actually based